We are getting ready to stream here. This is actually a shot at what's going on in Northwest North Dakota. Here we go. We're getting started right now. And all right. Well, this is the goings on right now, Northwest North Dakota. This is a look at those road conditions right now. You can see the tire tracks there. It's accumulating, folks, and it is on. Now, in this update, we're going to talk about snow, snowfall amounts, what's changed, what's stayed the same, what can you expect, when does it start, when does it end, all of that comes first. And then we're going to chat, drop comments, let me know where you're watching from. If you have a question, let me know, because it's going to snow in Iowa, southern Minnesota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota could see significant snow as well from this system. Fargo, Grand Forks, I'll have details on what you need to know coming up in this version of Hutch's Weather.
Now, a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, thanks again to my fine sponsors at Robert Gibb and Sons, and it is the season. I hope that you hunters out there staying safe and getting ready for some big weather. Now, the biggest weather is not going to be right here in the Valley of Minnesota. Nope, it's starting where we expected it. Northwest parts of North Dakota today, sneaking in. It'll sneak into the central part of the state and work its way south and east as we go through. And it's going to run into some more moisture and energy lift in the atmosphere. It's going to create big flakes the size of Hutch Johnson's fist, and these puppies are going to see some snow along Sioux Falls and that I-90 corridor, as I've been talking about the last couple of days. So let's get to the latest details you need to know. Here's a look at the snow shower activity right now as we sneak into the radar. Bismarck all the way up to Newtown, Williston, and Crosby, northeast Montana. Plentywood. No, those are plenty of flakes, not plenty of wood. Nathan, good to have you on board. Hello from Wyoming, Stephen Singleton. Let me know where in Wyoming you're watching from as we take a look at the big picture. Sheridan and Cody in between you and that little stretch there on the mountains. Woo-wee, we got flakes there as well. And this is a gusty sucker. This Alberta clipper, I always say those clippers come with more blow than snow, and that's what we're seeing. Some gusts out here are exceeding 65 miles per hour. Do you see that? 69 miles per hour right here on Hutch's Weather. 7 miles east, southeast of Hilger. That's where things are going on, and it's blowing as well in southeast Montana. How about that Powder River area in Powder River County? 55 mile per hour winds with this. So wind and snow will combine to create, well, pretty terrible and tricky conditions. Levon, thank you very much for sharing stars. Steven says, I got the Heart Radio Christmas. All right, very good. Glad to hear that. Now let's take a look at the forecast, and here's what we're going to start with, the snow forecast. We're not going to make you wait for that. Here's what I'm thinking. Not much has changed from last night. I will say this, I don't care what model you're using, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what media outlet you watch. When it comes to computer forecast models, we all make our graphics based on those models, and we look at several different ones. This is Hutch's take. I think this track is pretty swell. We're going to see accumulations from the Williston area and the oil patch straight through central parts of North Dakota, including Minot, Bismarck, Jamestown, the Devil's Lake area, and into southeast North Dakota. Now, this particular model has Fargo pretty close, but I still think we stay under a half of an inch, so I've adjusted that accordingly now for the Grand Forks to Fargo stretch. This includes Lakes Country, under a half of an inch for most of you. But where you see the blue, 1 inch is likely, folks. That's not just on grassy areas, but that's on some of the roads as well. But we'll see up to 3 inches. And I've circled this. There's going to be a narrow band of heavier snow that sets up on the radar tonight, and overnight is when this thing really gets cooking. And models have a pretty good lick on this thing, starting out with light snow showers right now, but it's covering roads out there in that northwest Minnesota, North Dakota zone, so we'll keep you up to date. Is Moorhead going to get winter weather advisory, a snow squall, or anything like that? I don't think so. I'll show you that hour-by-hour forecast. Do you see that most of the models for the last few days have kept this snow to the west of Fargo Moorhead, and it's stayed there? So the models have done a reasonable job. They've come into agreement. Northwest, north central parts of North Dakota, through central North Dakota into a cushion of southeast North Dakota, there could be a heavier band. And in this heavier band, I think we could see 3+. Notice this model says 4.1 there in the middle of it there as we go in towards parts of northern. Oh boy, that's Wells County. So if you're in that Harvey area. So I will say this. I've seen these lines the day before, the day of a system set up 50 to 70, maybe 80 miles, sometimes 100 miles difference. That's right. even the computer models with all these tools. But I do think we're onto something here, and I think it's going to be close to this Minot zone, the Highway 83 corridor, right through the James River Valley and into southeast North Dakota. If it does move, I do not think it's going to shift into Fargo. I think it will have a better chance to shift for you folks out to the west. So if you're in Bismarck, you're awful close to seeing an inch of snow there. I think Minot has a higher bet in the 1 to 3 category for you. And as we sneak down that Highway 252 corridor, that's where things look. Now, here was a reminder of what it looked like last night when we talked. Pretty similar, right? Not a big change, but the heaviest was up here near Botno. So we've shifted that south a little bit on today's runs. And the models are starting to show this, painting a picture between Williston and Minot with where things are starting out. So back to the radar we go, then to your forecast, then to your questions, because we want to get the forecast out there for the folks first that need the facts. Thanks, Nathan, for watching. Serenity, good evening, Hutch. Ugh, Fargo needs a lot of snow. We hardly had anything last year, and we've had 2 years in a row where we've got butkus. That's right, butkus. Now let's take a look at what's going on right now. Temperatures are important for this, but really we're seeing temperatures fall cold enough for snow in many areas. Here's a look at what's going on with fronts and temperatures right now. It's thinking, it's drawing, and I'm going to see if this looks right. Okay, so as we look across the nation, low pressure developing. Here's our Alberta clipper getting ready to clip through. Really what's going on is we're seeing a kind of a semi-warm front that is creating the snow there. It's not even the cold punch yet. The real cold air is falling in behind the first clipper now. That's what we're feeling in Fargo. That's what we're feeling in Grand Forks, Bemidji, and also up towards the War Road area. Hey, War Road, give me a shout. Let me know you're watching. Could see some lake effect snow by Sakakawea. Yes, you could. Why is that? Whenever we get north winds over open, warmer waters, those waters will be warmer than the air temperature. Downwind from Lake Sakakawea, we see the snow that enhances an area. That's what lake effect snow is. But if the wind is straight out of the north, the chance of the lake effect that you're talking about, not as good as if we have a northwest or westerly wind. See how long the air will remain over the warm waters if it's coming northwesterly to southeasterly? It stays over the warm waters longer, picking up more. We call that fetch. Moisture. More moisture equals more snowflakes. So yes, if we get a northwest component to these winds here, there could be areas of lake effect snow out there by Lake Sakakawea and downwind from maybe the, Lake Oahe area as well. So this is what we got going on. Let's take a look at your temperatures right now. We're going to get to the hour-by-hour forecast on here because it's amazing. All right, check it out. Temperatures are a little bit on the mild side as you go south. 37 balmy degrees. Woo-wee! In Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Bismarck, 34, 27 for the Fargo area. Look at the cold air spilling in. It's already 19. Slap your face degrees in Grand Forks. And this is coming with the wind as well. While not as strong as our neighbors in Montana are seeing those gusts. Whoa, wait, it is cold out there. 27 for you folks in Boston, War Road 21, 28 Washkish and Bemidji. For Babe the Blue Ox, it's 28 degrees. Paul Bunyan, it's a flannel alert for you. It's time for you to shed the short sleeve shirt and get the flannel shirt out. It's that time of the year. 39 and 43 as we look between Duluth and Minneapolis respectively. And don't be surprised, Sioux Falls and Sioux City, you're going from the 40s to shovel trouble in the forecast for you. Now, we're going to go over this right now. Let's go to your hour-by-hour forecast. Drop your questions. What's up? Let's see. M. Steiny, 1966. It's all good, and I think I see a picture of what looks like the front end of a Mustang. Is that right? I love it. I love it. Ronald, thanks for joining me. Hi. Thank you for the weather forecast from the northwest angle. Look at you guys up here. 21 degrees, and that's in War Road. You get up towards Winnipeg, it's 18 degrees up there. So it's cold. Let's get to your forecast facts right now. We're going to use some model guidance from one of Hutch's model tools. Let me see. Where'd I put the hammer? Guess what I got? Just in case things get a little itchy, I've got the old back scratcher here. Okay, now we're good. We're ready to move on to the forecast. All right, so as we look at model guidance, you are looking at the rapid refresh model. And this model is showing us a twisting Alberta clipper blowing through. So we've already seen the wind potential in Montana with this system as it's blowing through. Look at the track it takes as we go through time here. And the time is actually going to go through Saturday night, 8 p.m. So this one is a shorter run model. I'm going to go back to a model run that gives us just a few more hours in the forecast. So bear with me while this puppy loads. Okay, now we're zooming in here. This is the track of the storm system as we go through our Friday and into Saturday. The model run is from the 18Z run, which isn't the best run. It isn't Hutch's favorite, but I'm not going all the way back. Now, we'll slow this puppy down so we can take a look at the trajectory of the system. Tonight, here's your warm front band, if you will, and it's going to move through Estevan, Weyburn, and make its way into Minot. So the heavier snow that was accumulating near Williston moves into Minot. Accumulations will happen there. Rain south of Bismarck, but that won't last long, folks, as this puppy continues to move to the south and east. Now, as this is actually at, let me go ahead and put the time on here for you, 7 p.m. as we go to the overnight hours. The heavier snow moves into the Minot zone and the Highway 83 corridor here, and we get light snow, Jamestown to Aberdeen, South Dakota. The main event right here. This is where the energy and the lift is. So this is where that real heavy accumulating band will be. Wherever it sets up on the radar as we go through the overnight, this is paused here at 11 o'clock tonight. This will give us a huge hint to where that heavier band that I just showed you on the forecast will be. This model says some heavy snow potential. Glendive, Miles City, Forsyth, down towards Baker and Dickinson. Look at that. That's a pretty good swell of snow there. And meanwhile, still snowing from Jamestown through the Minot Basin. Look what happened, Sioux Falls. I was telling you last night. Sioux Falls, the I-29 corridor, straight through the I-90 corridor. Looks like we could have game on for a heavy event down there. What I mean by this is not necessarily snow blower 8 feet of snow type of stuff with drifts. Nope. But what it does mean, heavy, wet, early season snow that's going to be snow blower worthy out there and impactful to your day. The timing on this is going through 7 a.m. So in the morning on your Saturday, Sioux Falls, all the way out towards Fairmount, down south into Sioux City, and well, that we're talking Iowa as well. Fort Dodge, here's Des Moines, otherwise known as Des Moines. Look at that, just on the doorstep, and boom, it lands right over you guys as we head into your midday hour. So Iowa could get a shellacking out there. And you know what? I'm not sure where the ag folks are with their harvest out in the Iowa area. But if you're in Iowa, drop a comment and let me know. This may slow some things down in your neck of the woods there. And now snow will be ending in the afternoon here and decreasing across North Dakota as this low pressure system or Alberta Clipper or storm works its way south. It will come with some wind and it will come with some other non-fun activities. So again, snowfall is going to stretch through northwest central North Dakota to southeast North Dakota, pick up another band in parts of, well, let's call it Sioux Falls area, up towards Watertown. That's going to move its way off into parts of Minnesota. Gordon Kaw says, can you approximate snow for Wishick? Absolutely, we sure can. Let's go ahead and take a look at this now as we sneak on up to a look at what's going on. Where are we here? Okay, sorry about that. I had to find my weather forecast, make sure we got the right one. Now, if we're talking for you folks in the Wishick area here, I do think that this band may set up just a little bit farther to the west than what we're seeing here, the heavier band. So what that means is I do think you have a solid chance at a good inch of snow or so in and around you in the Wishick area. So what's up, M. Steiny? I didn't get a location or a confirmation of what kind of car you're showing there. Watching from Moorhead, surely good to have you on board. So this is the forecast. There has been some changes. Let's take a look at another one, shall we? Now, I just showed you the model run from the high resolution rapid update cycle model. Now let's take a look at another one here. Again, this is always good to compare models and see what's looking closest to what's going on right now when it comes to what we're seeing on the actual radar at this hour. So pardon me while I load up that model guidance once again. All right, here we go. Now, as we set this one in motion, this is a North American model. Again, another American style model showing that as we go through the evening tonight, let me back this up here one moment while we back this up. So this is 10 o'clock tonight. This looks very similar to what we're seeing on the radar now. The heaviest band pushing out towards Minot, the base, pushing out towards Rugby. And for you folks in Rolla, it'll be on the way. And then we'll have a chance for some rain showers. Then this curly Q system puts a heavy batch. You're talking Glasgow, Wolf Point, Montana, pushing down towards Circle and the Fort Peck Reservoir. So if you're anywhere in Fort Peck, get ready for some blow and some snow to make its way through. Now, the snow bands make their way through Bismarck and Wishick. And do you see this? This model has that heavier band right here too. So we could see a brief shot of an inch of snow areas in Emmons County. So for those of you in McIntosh County, a chance for some accumulating snow. The time frame on this is 2 a.m. So, you know, get done with your stuff, get your milk, get your cookies, and get your coffee and all that stuff stocked up on, and you'll be good to go. Here's the storm system as we head towards daybreak. So for you hunters, here is a snapshot at 6 a.m. Passing bands of snow. Morning through midday is when we'll have a chance of it forecasting its way into southeast North Dakota. And look what's going on. I-29 corridor getting dumped on in places as this system spins its way down towards you. Bismarck to Jamestown, healthy band making its way through there. So again, that heavy band I was showing you on this model looks to be a little farther to the west. Roland, thank you so very much for your kind support of Stars of Hutch's Weather. All right, so that's a look at what's going on. Now let's take a look at some other details I want you to know as we go through your weekend morning. Two things, hutchesweather.com. Let me repeat that, hutchesweather.com. What is on there for you? It's all on here for you. And my friends at OK Tire have road conditions. We're going to go over that right now, and we'll show you right now conditions. And I want to show you how to use this tool that's put together for you by my web designer, Joe, putting all the data you need to make decisions for your safety moving forward. Now, I don't anticipate this is a storm that's going to bury people, but it's the first accumulating snow of the year, and as is always the case, we get some funky travel conditions, and we all have to remember how to drive. So my friends at OK Tire are sponsoring this page. Now, you can click the state you're traveling in, but here's the pro tip. Are you ready? Pay attention, pro tip, here we go. Now, on these various sites that the state DOTs run, and down here's a snow accumulation forecast, so you can basically take a look at that with me as well. We'll start with that. What is this model saying the 24-hour snow forecast is? Woo, keeping everything up to the north, and if we press the play button, it's loading. Oh no, oh no, oh no! You just got to push the play button. This tool right there for you. Look at this, Iowa. Not good, northwest Iowa. That looks like kind of snowy there as we go through the day, and oh no, look at this thing go. It's chugging along. Notice Fargo and Grand Forks, we stay out of the deep stuff, but there's that band of enhanced snowfall as we work our way through our day. And now you can zoom into your Wishick area here for those of you paying attention in Wishick, North Dakota. And if you're in Napoleon or Gackle or Streeter, Ashley, all of you have a chance at seeing that solid inch. You can use the color table here to estimate your amounts. That's good to know, right? I would want to know that. Please keep in mind, no model does a precise job every time with snow, but it gives you an idea of the range. Keep that in mind. The range for your area is going to be close to an inch in Wishick. Now, here's your road conditions brought to you by OK Tire. And here's your pro tip. Sneak this puppy over to the camera toggle and toggle them cameras on. What does it really look like to the eyes out there? And our DOT crews have cameras all over the place. So if we go to purple, there is a key here, and we can put the legend up here for everybody to see that the purple for remembrance is snow-covered roads. And look at this. The yellow is scattered ice. That don't sound fun. Scattered ice. I'm glad it isn't June. There's Blithedale. Let's take a look elsewhere. Oh, we got snow at Four Bears. Look at this. That don't look like fun. So you got to keep these things in mind, and it's right here on hutchesweather.com. Where? Good. I heard you. Good. Thank you for watching. Thanks for looking. Now let's take a look at what's going on up by Bowbells, south of Crosby. This is Columbus, North Dakota, and the snow is blowing across the road. Look at that slushy nonsense mess. That's Columbus. North Dakota Highway 40 at road post number 34. And doesn't that look like a stinky nonsense mess? I agree. If you like snow, yeah, you're happy. There's even enough there for some slushy goodness. You go down towards Williston and point south, things ain't looking quite as bad. It isn't accumulating quite as bad on area roads. So that's that heavy band we saw moving through. That's heading towards Minot. So let's keep them in mind here as we go through the nighttime hours. Hutchesweather.com. I'm using this just like you can on your mobile device. You can use it on your laptop, desktop, anything. Go to hutchesweather.com for the latest. Thank you for allowing me to bring that to you. And again, that's sponsored by my friends at OK Tire. And you, providing pictures and videos of kicktail activity going on across the region. Check this out. Let's get right to it. Number one, this is a look from the beautiful shores of Lake Superior. Gary, thank you so much. Look at that mostly moony sky out there. Absolutely stunning and not snow covered. Look at this. Bemidji, lit and aglow with the northern lights, a nice substorm going on out there before the clouds moved in, and Heidi was out there to catch it all. Mostly moony in Goodrich, Minnesota, and then you cannot miss this. Josh, thank you for your awesome moon shot. Now check this out. This is what the northern lights look like in motion dancing. Jim Montague, Cass Lake, Minnesota. Check it out. Oh gosh. Look at the lights dancing across the sky. Thank you for taking the time to upload all of your videos and photos. And as we go through tomorrow, hutchesweather.com, click on the photo upload here. You can preview the stuff that's been uploaded already, and you can upload your very own, and I encourage you to do that. Now, I'll be here with reports, keeping you up through the weekend, letting you know, keeping you up to date. But for tonight, it's coldest north. Temperatures will dip down into the single digits. I've said this the last couple days too. Up in the arrowhead of Minnesota with some clearing going on there. So a couple areas like Ely, close to those single digits, 10 to 20 degrees across central and northeast Minnesota, 20 to 25 in the Red River Valley, some teens up near the international border, including you, Valhalla, a chance for some chilliness. Then as you go down towards Minot to Bismarck, look at the big difference there. 33 first thing in the morning in Bismarck as that low pressure system still bringing more of an easterly or southeasterly flow to your area. The heavier snow will be setting up here in central and southeast parts of North Dakota. Heading into your afternoon, this will shift south. Gusty north winds will tug and pull and tug the cold air our way. We're talking a blustery day in the teens at best as you look into that Williston-Crosby zone. Noonan, wow, even at noon, it's going to feel like you need a parka, but look at this. Milder temperatures in Minneapolis means for them rain, okay? But south of the Twin Cities, down towards the I-90 corridor, bands of snow. I-29 in South Dakota, bands of snow. Our snow shower chances afternoon in Fargo will deteriorate to just flurries with a cold north wind. 7-day forecast looks like this. Here you go. 7-day forecast showing cold temperatures, the coldest of the season, Sunday into Monday morning as we head into the work week. Now, a nice warm up is in store. We're going to get spits. That don't sound very pleasant or nice, but just a pinch warmer weather as we go into Tuesday. But it really looks good. 50 to 60 degrees for many of us Wednesday and into Friday of next week. That's a win. Take a look at your averages up here on Hutch's Weather, and thank you for watching. I hope I've answered your questions. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay tuned. I'll have updates as we go through your weekend here on Hutch's Weather and hutchesweather.com. And for those of you paying attention, it has been almost exactly 2 years. 2 years since Hutch started broadcasting on Hutch's Weather, and I couldn't do it without you. So for that, I give you my heartfelt thanks, allowing me to keep doing what I love. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful Friday evening, and I'll have more updates right here through your busy weekend. Stay safe, hunters, and good luck.
This has been a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather anywhere.